current specification for insulation, the building code for it?
Right, so it varies across the country, but the National Building Code says for New England that we would want to have between R40 and R49 in our roof areas, R19 in our exterior walls, and R20 in our basement ceilings. So
do you think those are sufficient, or is that your recommendation? Would
well,
you go above code?
it's not for me to say whether they're sufficient or not. It's in my opinion, going above code is great. It has somewhat of a diminishing return after you get to code, and the utility rebate programs will only rebate up to the code levels. So
that's a good point to keep in mind.
yeah, you can pay the insulator extra, and there's a determined number on how much that you can charge for that additional insulation, but it's not part of the rebate program. So the auditor would then make recommendations about insulation, and in conjunction with those recommendations would be the recommendations to correct any deficient ventilation up in the attic space. So the triangular space above the attic flat frequently doesn't have the 1 to 300 ratio that would be required for air-sealed attics. So for example, a 900 square foot attic would need to have 3 square feet of ventilation in order to let any moisture that might accumulate above the attic flat to allow it to escape. And if it was a non-air sealed attic, it would be a recommendation for a 900 square foot attic to have 6 square feet or 1.5 square feet per 300 square feet of unair sealed attic space. So those attics that have a lack of ventilation can be corrected by adding ventilation, cutting in roof vents or gable end vents or soffit vents in order to meet that ventilation standard that's part of the code.
That doesn't seem like a very expensive fix. Can you give a rough?
It's pretty easy to cut in a 12-inch mushroom vent or a roof vent into a ranch in Randolph. Having a slate roof with a steep pitch is more difficult, and it could be very costly. So it runs the gamut.
Okay, that makes sense.
So something that's important to do before you insulate. And then frequently you'll see things like kitchen vents or bathroom vents exhausting up into the attic space, and so it's good practice to vent those to the outside too before insulating. And every once in a while you'll run into something like pipes in the attic, where you'll have actual hot water or heating pipes up in the attic space. And by insulating those areas improperly, you might push those pipes further outside the thermal boundary. So you want to be careful as you're making recommendations that you think about the possibility of those pipes freezing, and sort of design your insulation recommendations to bring them further into the building and not push them further outside.
There are so many things to think about.
It's pretty easy when you've done it for a while.
Yeah.
It's not that hard. And the harder part is to describe it in such a way so that you don't sort of geek out on your customers and cause nosebleed. You know, the
glazing over effect. Like, oh my God, how much is this not going to cost me?
Right. So it's simple. It's complex. But when the auditor walks away from the building, there should be a clear step 1, 2, 3. This is what you need to do. And you don't want to leave the homeowner feeling overwhelmed or lost. You want to have a clearly defined first, second, third steps of what to do.
Well, Jim, thank you so much.
Thank you.
I really appreciate your information.
I had a great time.
Your experience is just invaluable to everyone watching.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.